Our flag is secure.
Incoming transmission.
Welcome to TribesUniverseNews. This is Scott, and I'm going to talk to you about the Juggernaut class from Tribes Ascend. This little introduction, I'm going to go over the weapons, some of the preferred roles, and different positions you can play, and any strategies that you might need for the Juggernaut class. First of all, let's start out with some of the basics. The Juggernaut is designed for close range, medium close range, medium range, and medium far ranges. And the Juggernaut's preferred roles are flag defense, body blocker, base defense, generator defense, offensive disruption, outdoor and indoor, anti-vehicle, base asset destruction, generator destruction, and creative roles. So he's doing quite a lot for the team. Just to give you guys an idea of the different weapons, the rundown here for this heavy class is the Fusion Mortar. It returns from prior games. Excellent weapon that you can go ahead and lob at enemy bases, toss around corners, and does a ton of explosive damage. The Spinfuser MKD, which is a very similar weapon to what the soldier carries, the Spinfuser, and it does a very similar amount of damage. And the Brute's heavy Spinfuser is slightly superior to it. However, because the Juggernaut carries the Fusion Mortar as well as the Super AP Grenade, he is a much more offensive threat to the enemy. He also carries with him the Regeneration Pack, which allows him to regain health much quicker after auto-regeneration has started, from 10 to 15 seconds, however long it takes for you based on your skill tree. Then it will regain itself much quicker. And then lastly, you can carry with him one or multiple Super AP grenades, depending on your skill tree as well. The anti-personnel grenade is an extremely powerful force against killing medium classes, light classes, almost instantaneously, and the Juggernaut classes that you'll be up against will get damaged severely by them. It does as much damage or more close range as the Fusion Mortar does itself. So keep those grenades handy. Let's take a look at some of the skill tree then. Some of the different things you can earn through the skill tree through gaining credits from Tribes Ascend. Additional ammo for the Fusion Mortar, plus 25% Fusion Mortar damage versus armored targets, more ammo, plus 5 energy, plus 10 energy, plus 10 increase to run speed, minus 20% weapon switch time, plus another 5 energy, more Spinfuser ammo and increased damage versus armored targets, more Spinfuser ammo, additional health, minus health regen delay, which is fairly helpful when you're in the enemy base, plus another 100 health, plus 1 grenade ammo, an additional grenade explosion radius of 15%, and 1 more grenade. And then let's take a look at the 2 perks that he has to offer. If you get down to the bottom of the skill trees, you can also purchase these perks with your in-game credits. Bulwark reduces the damage from vehicle runover by 80%, and Super Heavy subsequently reduces armor mass, reducing knockback from explosives, which is just a fancy way of saying you are much less likely to get knocked into the generator pit from explosives down in the enemy base, which is very nice to hear. Personally, I'm currently using the Survivalist and Ecocentric perks. Ecocentric allows me to disc jump 6 or 7 times before I get to the enemy base. It's very helpful. I usually don't need anywhere close to that many, but I'm still able to get there much quicker as opposed to if I were only able to do the 3 or 4 I think that are allowed without that perk. And that keeps your health up while you're on your way too, so if somebody decides to take you on, then you'll be able to survive much longer dueling or get there quickly and trying to ignore them on your way over. And then Survivalist allows you to both regain health and energy in the enemy base from the ammo drop. So each time you kill somebody, you can gain ammo and health and energy, and you are just a tank that keeps refueling itself. It's pretty awesome. So some things that really help around the enemy base: weapon switch time and increase to run speed. They are priceless. And the energy tree is just generally nice to be able to get back and forth fairly quickly to the enemy base. So I recommend those. You don't really have to worry about the health and the ammo early on, because you'll probably be killing enough people if you're playing an offensive role that you don't really have to worry about that, because they'll be providing the ammo for you, those generous people that they are. So I'm going to give you a look at what the gameplay is like here, and we'll show you what the Juggernaut class is all about. When you're playing as the Juggernaut, your first decision is whether or not you want to play offensively or defensively. Here I'm going to play a little bit of flag defense on one of the early small-medium maps, Dry Dock. Now it's important to be able to find yourself a location where you can see the enemies incoming to your position, so you can launch both a mortar or toss a grenade, as well as fire your spin fuser for a combined massive effect. Now in the beginning of the match, they typically only have one route that they'll use, the fastest, so keep a close eye for any flag cappers trying to rush your flag. Now, like you see here, if someone does escape, pull out your mortar and go for some long-range shots. It's usually not beneficial to go very far from your base, though, because when you do get the flag return, then your flag will be exposed if you're not there to defend it any longer. Remember that most flag stands have many directions of approach, so most flag cappers will have set routes. Keep your eye on any long hills where they can gain speed. If you are unable to kill the enemy right as they are leaving your base, and you find yourself in a position where you are near the enemy base, then it is usually most beneficial to take out any major assets with your heavy weaponry before returning to your spawn location. If your team is winning, chances are they will have many people continuing to play the same positions, and if you are not there to defend the base, no one will. That is especially true in public play. Now, even though I'm a defensive player, because I'm over at the enemy base, I'm going to try and get rid of these turrets to help out our flag cappers. But because it doesn't take away any credits in order to suicide to get back to your base for defense, sometimes it's beneficial just to go back to the spawn point and set up over there rather than running back across the entire map. When you're playing the Juggernaut offensively, there are two primary roles: destroy the enemy generator, thus limiting their defenses, or destroy any enemies, deployables, or mines that are near their flag stand. When you're in the generator room or in their base, you need to focus on staying alive though. It's sometimes more beneficial to fall back around a corner while lobbing mortars. It will let the enemy know that you are retreating, and they try and take advantage of this. But when they come around the corner, a lot of the time you're at full health and you just damage them. You have a duel that's easily won. Anticipating where your enemy is going to move to next is key. If the other team can't get their gens up, be sure to keep an eye on the enemy's auto repair clock for their generator in the top right center heads-up display on your screen. That way you can destroy the enemy generator just seconds after it repairs itself, and you'll really piss them off. If your opponent's generator and base assets are already destroyed, go ahead and wreak havoc in their base. Anybody who's distracted trying to kill you is one less person outside trying to capture your flag, and I see that as a victory. If the other team has a really strong flag defense, then it's time to try a different tactic. You need to help out those cappers. Find a location where you can spam from, and lob your mortars from a safe distance. I'd recommend from atop hills, so you can see anybody coming out to duel you, and your mortars gain an extra distance bonus from being up so high. The mortar's trajectory will take a bit of getting used to, but the developers gave us a nice little reticle aim assist bar to help out. You'll need to keep an eye on your ammo, so sometimes when people come out to duel you, they are actually friendly enemies, who just stop by to give you a little bit more of that ammo to lob at their base. However, if they give up and decide not to be your friend any longer, then I recommend hiding a supply drop inventory station nearby. This can keep your ammo replenished so you can bombard them for the rest of the map. From atop your newfound hill, it's important to get to know the terrain so that enemies don't sneak up on you, but more importantly so that you can accurately kill flag chasers, defend flag carriers, and kill flag cappers, or whatever else is nearby. Hopefully this has given you some insight into how to play the Juggernaut class, and what it's all about. I hope you've enjoyed this class review, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been Scott with TribesUniverseNews, and I'll see you on the battlefield.
Our flag is